When I was about 12 years old, I was absolutely infatuated with film. There was something about it that always drew me towards it. And as I got older, I started watching more and more. From everything from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World to more critically acclaimed things such as The Godfather. I loved all of it. So when the teacher did her usual coming around and asking everyone, what do you want to be when you grow up, I decided I wanted to be a director. But when I used to tell people this, they kind of got a little antsy about it, saying, oh, you should have a backup plan because that's not going to happen. Well, I haven't given up just yet. I have made so many short films with my friends over the years. And honestly, it has been some of the most fun I've had in my entire life. But they haven't delivered on the level of quality that I want them to have. I really want them to feel like a piece of cinema, and we're not quite there yet. But in order to do that, I need a lot more experience. So that's why I've decided that for every single month of this year, starting in September, I'm going to be recreating a scene from a movie or a TV show. So without further ado, welcome to Take 2. And the reason that I'm doing this is because these are scenes that have already been perfected, made by people who have been in this industry for so long. So it's probably the best reference and guide I have. And so where are we going to start? Well, we're starting with The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is one of my favorite dramas ever. It is so well made. It is a very good character-driven story with so many great moments. Made it almost impossible to pick just one scene to recreate. But the scene that I did pick isn't necessarily the most iconic scene from this movie. The scene that I picked the first time that Charlie goes to a party. And the reason I picked this scene, it's kind of the first time we get an insight into Charlie's past and his trauma, and seeing how the other characters around him are going to interact and respond to that, because it's a very important part of this character. And so I think that's why I wanted to do this scene. Now for starters, we have to film it. And within filming it, we had to print scripts. And we didn't make a shot list for it, actually. And the reason we didn't make a shot list is because we had the video up and we used it as a reference the entire time, trying to match lighting and framing and even our clothing to match it as close as possible. And so let's get into a little montage of us filming it, and then we'll get into the editing.
2, 1, action.
Oh my god, that's kind of trash. Oh, did you get him stoned?
Come on, Sam. You like it. Let's do that all. Cameras rolling. 3, 2, 1, action.
God, that's kind of trash. Mom, did you get him stoned?
Come on, Sam. He likes you. Just look at him.
How do you feel, Charlie?
Perfect.
We just got done filming our, what is a 5-minute scene in the movie. And it took us from 7:30 to, what is now, 4:02 a.m.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that was so much more work than I thought. We haven't even put away all the equipment. It's still just out.
It's still all around.
Even the dogs, like
They're schlumped.
they're tuckered out.
Yeah.
I think it went pretty well though. We tried to get as much of it done so we didn't have to do any pickup days. We tried to be as diligent as possible to get literally every single shot done in this. Like it was.
We did it.
Barely, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is obviously look over all the footage that we recorded, which as you can see is a lot. There is a lot of footage here to scroll through, and this was how long is this scene? 5 minutes, and we cut parts of it actually, so ours should be only around 3 minutes. So for starters, let's look through all of the footage that we have here. I'm going to look at and find the best of each one of these takes, which ones I'm actually going to use, because there's a lot of these takes where somebody laughed or whatever happened, and that made it an unusable take, And then we got to go through our audio and find the audio that matches with it. Now, I did not use a slate, and I wish I did, because it would tell me which take is which. And it would also make it a lot easier to find my audio. I didn't do that, which means I am now going to have to go through the time necessary of doing that. So let's time-lapse this. Okay, now we can start the actual editing process. Though I haven't gone through the audio files yet. Okay, after like another 20 minutes of sorting through footage and audio, we can finally start the editing process. Okay. So first, as of every project, you gotta name it. We gotta give it something cool. So let's start a new project, and let's name it The Not So Fun Perks of Being a Dandy Line. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so here we are in DaVinci Resolve, which is an editing software that I am not too familiar with. I'm very familiar with Premiere Pro. Always have been. But when I bought my Blackmagic camera, it came with DaVinci Resolve. If you're wondering what Blackmagic camera I'm using, by the way, it is the Pocket 6K Pro. I'll probably put a video up here so you can see it. It was, honestly, if you want to know how it's been for me, it's been incredible. I've used it only a handful of times so far. I haven't been able to use it too much, but it's worked really well for me. I think it's such incredible quality for its price. I think the fact that it's so portable too is incredible. It does have a learning curve to it. It's not quite like a normal DSLR camera, but for a cinema camera at that price point, I don't think you're going to get anything better. And of course, there are tons of other videos out on YouTube talking about it and reviewing it. If you're thinking about buying one, I say you should watch one of those. People that know way more what they're talking about than I do. But I think it's incredible. I've so far loved this camera. This shot right here, I genuinely don't think we filmed this shot. I'm being so for real. I don't think we ever filmed this, but that's okay. We do have the subsequent.
Oh, Charlie! You look like you could use a brownie.
Thank you. I was so hungry at the dance. I was gonna go to King's. I didn't really have any time. Thanks.
Yes, change our project frame rate because all of this was filmed at 24 FPS. So I'm gonna grab all these clips from this first part, right? Which we got them all right here. I'm also going to grab the audio from them.
3, 2, 1, action!
Ah, Charlie, you look like you.
There we go. So now we have that. What's the keyboard's working for that? B for blade mode. Okay. Delete everything behind this.
Ah, Charlie, you look like you could use a brownie. Thank you.
So, what we have here this is what we have here. You can see the similarities between it. Obviously, our footage on the right is not color graded, but I do think that we kind of got the same. We got the same vibe going on here. I look a little bit happier than he does in the movie, but you know, overall speaking, we've got the same idea going on here. So, what I want to learn is
Use a brownie.
Thank you. I was so hungry at the dance. I was gonna go to King's.
so right when he says I was gonna go to King's is when it cuts to this sort of pan shot, which we're gonna do the exact same thing here.
You look like you could use a brownie.
Thank you. I was so hungry at the dance, I was gonna go to King.
I said King's right there. I did say it a little bit faster than him, so there is that.
3, 2, action.
So let's get our pan shot in here. I don't think we're gonna need the audio from this one, actually. So they're now currently unlinked. Let's delete this one. Let's put that.
I was so hungry at the dance, I was gonna go to King.
We now also have our pan shot. Now let's see how far they pan on theirs.
I didn't really have any time. Thanks.
So it's pretty much just
Kings, but I didn't really have the time. Thanks.
pretty much till he goes and says thanks. And is it straight into that shot of him eating afterwards?
Thanks.
It is straight into the shot of him eating after that. So if we want to do the eating shot, which we do have, by the way. So, what I've done here now for the color grading is I've used a LUT that came with the camera. So I don't know what it's called. I'm going to get that for you. It did come with the camera though. And it was the one we were going back and forth with while we were filming. And it just kind of worked for us. So if we go back and kind of look at... We have a very similar look here. I think the only thing that needs to change is my highlights need to come down. I think my highlights are a little too bright. But I think other than that, I mean, we've nailed this look. We've nailed that. That sort of split down the middle here, where half of his face is dark. We kind of got that. I think ours is definitely a little more dramatic than theirs. Their light was probably angled a little bit more here, while ours was there. But that's okay, you know. I honestly am pretty proud with the way this looks. So I'll check back up with you when we hit one more of those major problems. Another time lapse. It was about at this point that I got incredibly frustrated with everything I was doing. As you can see, in this point, I'm spending a lot of time in After Effects, and what I'm trying to do is rotoscope out my subjects in these shots so I can darken the background. I did this because the subjects were a lot darker than the background, and I hadn't lit the scene that way, so my hope was that I could replicate that in After Effects. And it didn't work. I spent hours and hours doing this. By this point, it had been the second or third night of me editing, and I kind of started to lose hope. Honestly, I kind of started to lose hope, and I thought that there was pretty much nothing I could do, and that I wasn't going to be happy with what I had done. But I wasn't going to let this minor inconvenience ruin this entire project that I had planned out in doing. Even though all of these shots didn't look exactly how I wanted them to, I think that that's okay given the skill level that I'm at. And you know, I need to start to understand that movies aren't made by one person. They're made by teams of people. And that's why credits are so long. And I was one guy who was directing and editing and also casted myself as the lead. And here I am nitpicking every last detail and not giving myself any grace. Which I think is a big problem that a lot of people in my position have, is they think that they need to be on that Hollywood level budget, or Hollywood level quality, I should say, when we don't have the money. We don't have that budget. We don't have that support. We don't have all of these people that have had years and years of experience in their fields. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in the end, we kind of are our own biggest critics. But you know, I had a lot of fun filming this. I think all my friends involved had a lot of fun filming this. And I don't think it turned out that bad considering we did it all in one night. Well, all the filming, that is. So let's stop talking about it and let's just watch it.
Charlie,
You look like you could use a brownie.
thank you. I was so hungry at the dance I was gonna go to King's, but I didn't really have the time. Thanks.
Have you guys felt this carpet? This carpet feels so tight.
Okay, Charlie, what do you think about high school?
High school? Bullshit. The cafeteria is called the Nutrition Center, and people wear their leather jackets even when it's 98 degrees out. And why do they give out letters for marching band? That's not a sport. And we all know it.
It is crazy!
Mary Elizabeth, I think you're really gonna regret that haircut in old photographs. I'm really sorry. That sounded like a compliment in my head.
Oh my god, it's kind of true. Shut up!
Bob, did you get him stoned?
Come on, Sam. He likes it. Just look at him.
How do you feel, Charlie?
I just really want a milkshake. Sam, you have such pretty brown eyes. And the kind of pretty that deserves to make a big deal out of itself. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, Charlie. Let me make the milkshake.
What a great word. Milkshake. It's like when you say your name over and over again in the mirror, and after a while it sounds kind of crazy.
I'm guessing you've never been high before?
Me? No. My best friend Michael, his father was a big drinker, so he hated all that stuff. Parties too.
Well, where is Michael tonight?
Oh, he shot himself last May. Just kind of wish he'd left a note, you know what I mean? Where's the bathroom?
It's upstairs.
Thanks, Sam. You're so nice.
Isn't this the best milkshake ever, Alice? It's even better than the first one.
Charlie just told me that his best friend shot himself. I don't think he has any friends.
Hey, everyone. Everybody. Everyone. Raise your glasses to Charlie.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything. You just want to toast our new friend. You see things, you understand. You're a wallflower. What is it? What's wrong?
I didn't think anyone noticed me.
We didn't think there were any cool people left to meet. So everyone, to Charlie.
To Charlie. Welcome to the island of misfit toys.
Right, I just got done filming, or I just got done editing the video. It's about 4 in the morning again. I'm really tired. It was a lot more work than I thought it would be, honestly. Again, half of my work probably would have been done for me had I been slating, which we will be doing in the next one. Also, I think one of my biggest critiques on this project as a whole was my own performance in it. I didn't think that I delivered those lines as well as I could. And I think the main reason that is I was not only trying to direct this thing and get all the equipment together, get all the people, I was doing all of that along with putting myself as the lead, which I don't think was a great idea. Movies aren't made by one person. We all know this. That's why the credits is so unbelievably long. So the fact that I thought that I could do all that with my limited knowledge and experience was not the smartest idea in the world. But with that being said, I think considering that I got a bunch of my friends together and we filmed it in one night, it didn't turn out terrible. Some of that equipment I'd never used before, so hopefully we'll get better as time goes on. There will be more. October's coming up, and with October coming up, we have to do something scary. So if you want a clip of what we're going to do next, here it is. Now, I know some of you out there will know exactly what that's from, and if you do, you should be really excited because I'm really excited to do this. It's going to be totally different than what we just did, and it's going to be a pain to edit. It's going to take me a week or two to edit that, but I'm going to bed regardless. I really need to go to bed, so